Hi, everyone. Welcome to another session of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm JB in the cage, queuing up the machine, ready to take his cuts. Justin Upton, all-star of the Atlanta Braves, ready to swing away. Justin, you stoked? You feeling pretty good? The swing on target?
Yeah, feeling good. It's it's early in the season, but enjoying my time.
All right, we'll get fans fired up as they can join the conversation, get FaceTime with their favorite players, including Justin Upton. Oh, we got a young fan in the cage right away. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question for Justin?
My name is Matt Profo. I'm from New Hampshire. Sorry, it's echoing. How do I fix this? My question is, how does having BJ on the team help you throughout the season with comfortability levels and just helps you throughout the season?
It's cool. We have fun together. Growing up together, we were always laughing and joking, and to bring that to the clubhouse atmosphere every day, it's a special thing to have, and it keeps us light all year long. It can be a long season, but when you're having fun, it doesn't seem as long.
A young fan from New Hampshire asking Justin Upton about playing with his brother BJ. Obviously, that's one of the most dynamic teams in baseball there with the Braves. We go to social media now. Twitter's got some questions. I'll follow that one up with. This is from Luke McDermott. Justin, any superstitions?
I try not to be superstitious, but I go through the same routine every day, and I listen to the same music every day before I go out on the field. It's just something that keeps me relaxed and help me stay in routine.
This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. That's Justin Upton, Atlanta Braves, answering questions, taking his cuts as fans fire up their webcams, toss some BP pitches right down the wheelhouse. Fan joins us right now. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question for Justin?
What goes through your mind as soon as you hit a home run?
I get pretty happy. It's pretty cool. The first thing that pops in your mind, okay, that's a home run, and I just put a run on the board for my team. So anytime you can help your team with a big home run, it's a good feeling.
Pretty happy after a home run. I like that. That's honesty here in the cage always goes a long way. This is Justin Upton. I'm JB. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. That's a fan getting FaceTime with their favorite player, Justin Upton of the Atlanta Braves. I know you fans are fired up and in line, so once we get you going, here we go. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question for Justin?
Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm from Georgia, live in Annapolis, Maryland now. With the announcement back in November that you guys are moving up to Cobb County to the new stadium, what was the reaction in the clubhouse, other than the happiness of signing all those young guys?
Well, I think it was mixed emotions. A lot of guys got caught up, have a lot of memories in Turner Field, so it's going to be a place they miss. But it's always nice to get new facilities, a new vibe for the fans to be a part of and for us to be a part of. So, it's going to be a cool experience with the new stadium. I think a lot of guys are excited.
This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Justin Upton taking fans' questions, including moves to Cobb County from Turner Field. We go to social media for this next one. And, Justin, this one is from an entire algebra class, from Mrs. James' sixth period algebra class.
Okay.
Gratefully, there's no actual math involved. But the question is, how does math connect to baseball? And do you think mathematically in any baseball situations, maybe at the plate or in the field?
I think there's a lot of mathematics in baseball. More so off the field, where there's a lot of statistics that we'll look at. They'll do percentages of what a guy throws, what pitchers throw. There's a lot of charts that are used for positioning in the field. So there's a lot of math that goes on in baseball. But for us on the field, it's pretty simple. We keep track of outs, keep track of counts and things like that while we're playing the field. But off the field, there's a lot of statistics being used to prepare us for the game.
That is Justin Upton answers to Mrs. James' sixth period algebra class. And maybe the more important numbers on the field are how many runs are scored. We know that's an important part of baseball. We have another fan in the cage.
Yeah, that's a great part of baseball.
What is your name, fan? What's your question for Justin?
The question is, what music do you listen to get you ready, pumped up for a game?
I like to relax for the game. I'm usually listening to I listen to Drake's CD. I put it on shuffle. I got quite a few of his CDs, so I'll run through those before the game, and that's just, I don't know, my pregame routine. I run through his CDs.
This is the Edward Jones chatting case. It's Justin Upton. Drake gets the playlist for Justin as of right now. Do you find that you go to different music at different spots in the season, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, as I'm working, when I get to the stadium and I start going through my workouts and things like that, I mix up the music, but for the most part, I put my phone on shuffle, and just whatever plays.
All right, this is the Edward Jones chatting cage. We'll go back to social media now with another question for Justin. This one from Conrad Parrish, maybe what every fan wants to know. What is the coolest thing you get to do as a baseball player?
Coolest thing we get to do as a baseball. Well, I mean, I think playing in front of 30,000 fans every night. It's that gets to be, that's our job. We get to go out and play baseball every night for a living. So it's pretty special, and it's something that I don't take for granted.
We'll follow up on that one. So obviously that is a great job to have, playing professional baseball. Frank Meisner wants to know, Justin, what do you do then in your spare time?
Spare time, off season, I golf a ton. Golf's my second favorite sport. But in my spare time, when I get back to the room, I'll turn on the Xbox, and right now I'm playing NBA 2K. I've been playing that for a while, so to wind down at night, I'll go back and play a little bit of Xbox.
Dig it. That's a fantastic way to wind down, no matter what the job is, even if the job is playing professional baseball. This is the Edward Jones chatting cage, and I'll follow up on the golf. We'll find out who plays really well with you. But we got a fan in the cage right now. What's your name, fan? Where are you from? What's your question for Justin?
My name is Ebony Cheryl Tyler, short for EYT. Well, my question was, what does it feel like when you step up to the plate and against one of the best pitchers in baseball?
What does it feel like? Mm-hmm. It feels like a challenge. I mean, those are the guys that you want to face. You face the elite pitchers in the league, and it feels like a challenge. Those guys are good, and you want to see what you got against those guys. So, it's always fun. It's the challenges are fun.
That is a very young fan and his sister, I'm guessing, that were elated to get on the chatting cage and talk with Justin Upton. This is the Edward Jones chatting cage. JB, Justin Upton answering questions from the ballpark for us. This one from Danny P24. If you didn't play baseball, Justin, what career path would you have chosen?
Well, everybody would like to say they'd be a doctor and be very smart, but I think I'd still have to be around the game. I'm not sure what, in what capacity I would, but maybe sports management side. I don't know. Maybe being an agent and being able to help guys through, through the minor leagues and when they get to the big leagues with, some of the issues we run into on and off the field.
Justin Upton would have taken his game to help the game. This is the Edward Jones chatting cage. Great chance for you to get some FaceTime with your favorite players. As fans join us here in the cage, get to ask Justin questions directly. We got a fan ready to go. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your question for Justin?
I'm Steve from LA. And my question is, I've always been typically known as a contact hitter, mainly singles. I would say 85-90% of my hits are singles. Do you have any tips of gaining more power behind my hits?
Being a contact hitter, I don't think it's a bad thing. But for power, I just think being stronger, having a stronger base, using your legs a little bit more to drive your swing rather than focusing so much on the upper body. I think for me, when my legs are working well and everything's flowing, it's that's when most of my power comes to me. It's a lot easier when I don't have to muscle up my upper body.
This is the Edward Jones chatting cage, which has now become a hitting clinic with Justin Upton. That's how quick it can turn. Get advice from your favorite players as well, which is a pretty sweet deal for any fan. And I know those of us who play rec sports are now going to be working on a lower base as we go into the season, as things warm up. Another fan joins us in the cage. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your question for Justin?
My name's Sam. I was wondering, like, if you could play any other position, preferably like in the infield, what position would you play?
Well, I was drafted as a shortstop, so if I could play shortstop for a few games, I think I'd get my fix. But shortstop was my first love. That's what I love to do. But I switched to outfield in 2006, and I haven't played there since. But I loved playing shortstop and third base.
Justin Upton answering fans' question with a lot of candor, which we always appreciate. And we know you got to go to work. You're already at the office, and you got a game later on, so we're going to let you get out of here. Justin Upton, do you feel you made some pretty good contact in the cage today?
Oh yeah, for sure. We had some good questions, and I enjoyed it. It was fun.
All right, that is Justin Upton. I want to thank everybody for being with us for this round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. We'll see you next time.